Hello, roller derby fans. We are up to our second last game of East Coast Clash. I am Purple Rain.
And I am Scouticus. Welcome.
And that is the rolling whistle, so we will very shortly be underway with this.
Who are we watching? Who are we here to see?
We are watching Vic and Mix versus the BCR Brawlin Borders. So called that because it originally was intended to be a mashup of leagues, but ended up being a mashup of BCR.
Love that. And obviously, I would assume like Vic and Mix would be a mashup of Victorian-based skaters. Yeah.
However, I did see a few skaters in Ward jerseys playing for Pick and Mix yesterday, so it's lead jammer in Jam 1 is Drop Blair, but Chang Tay for Vic and Mix, not long behind. They got injured last game. Setting up on the jammer line now for the Brawlin Borders, we have Cutthroat King.
And it looks like we have Bussy, the Vampire Slayer, lining up to jam in the white for Vic and Mix. Looks like we have an amazing officials crew for this game as well.
Lead jammer is Cutthroat King. Bussy completes initial pass though. Cutthroat King takes the 4 points, then calls the jam. Brawlin Borders currently leading 7. Vic and Mix yet to put some points on the board.
Brawlin Border obviously going with the very quick jams, taking those points, not letting Vic and Mix get in there and, sneak any.
On the jammer line now for the Brawlers is 626 Experiment.
And I believe we have number 442 Slasher for Vic and Mix.
Happy little Vegemite headed to the penalty box for a back block as Hexperiment picks up lead jammer status for the Borders. Borders?
It's a hard one to say. Brawlin Borders? No, Brawlin Borders. Brawlin Border, yeah.
It's been a long weekend.
But has it been a fun weekend?
Slasher is out of the pack for Vic and Mix. The Peppermint Crunch joining their teamie in the penalty box.
So that points Brawlin Border on 10 points after another quick one, 3-point jam. Getting in those points, quickly calling it off. Not letting Vic and Mix put any on the board. Now, I do believe in the white for Vic and Mix we have a club sandwich. That's one that it's a tongue tie to say. I always muddle that one up.
And that is Speed Angel, I believe, for the Brawlers. Gonna be doing that all day. I'll just say BCR, I'm used to that.
And Club Sandwich is the lead jammer. Vic and Mix doing amazing work at keeping Speed Angel from getting through, or at least delaying this.
Borders a little thin on the ground in terms of blockers, with a couple taking seats in the penalty box.
little bit of a spill on the track there. It felt a little bit like very slow dominoes, I think, just topple them over.
That, but also a little bit like watching a car crash. Like, you can't watch, but you also can't turn away.
No. Everyone looks fine and they're up again, which is good. And look at that, 9 points on the board for Vic and Mix.
In the chat, we have Cursula saying, "Hi, Rain. Hi, Curse." That is Drop Blair currently jamming for the Brawlin Borders.
And we have Changtave jamming in white for Vic and Mix, and picking up lead jam pretty quickly, lead jammer.
Drop Blair going to the bin for a forearms, I believe that was.
So on track now, we have a power jam situation where the white jammer white team has the power. We can call this off at any time, and also they're the only jammer on the track. For anyone who doesn't know Derby, but I assume, well, we can't always assume that everyone watching the Derby knows the Derby.
BCR regaining Drop Blair, making short work of an initial pass out of the bin, but losing Bad Wolf to the penalty box.
Excellent clear instructions from the bench there, telling the Vic and Mix jammer to call it off, and Changtave does so. We're putting, it was 11-point jam, putting Vic and Mix on 20 points, and Brawlin Border, which I'm now worried about twisting the words around, Brawlin Border is on 10 points.
Answering the latest question from the chat, Rump of Stiltskin wanting to know how many fingies have been scored. Lead jammer on track currently for the Brawlin Borders is Cutthroat King.
And we have Bussy the Vampire Slayer jamming again in the white for Vic and Mix.
I actually love that Derby name so much.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And a great person too.
Cutthroat King is through for 4 points. And another 4 for Cutthroat King. Gotta say, that's not necessarily a BCR pack I would want to mess with there. Happy Little Vegemite, Peppermint Crunch, Bad Wolf, and Scottish.
Sounds like something you'd meet in a nightmare, I think.
Another 4 points on the board for Cutthroat King. We've had a lead change during this jam. The Beast headed to the penalty box for a forearms, I think that was, maybe.
And I believe we've had a star pass on the white team for Vic and Mix. Wilsey has handed that star over to Halsier, who was the pivot, but is now the jammer.
Getting sent a long way down to the floor and in through the inside of the track by Peppermint Crunch.
Yeah, that did not look fun. And it takes a lot to send Halsier to the floor.
This is turning into a giant jam from Cutthroat King.
I love the game awareness and track awareness there for Halsier, just knowing that, why it's going to be called off and no point skating full.
After a big jam there from Cutthroat
28?
King. Ooh,
Surely
I
not.
need to go to Specsavers to see that.
Pretty sure that's a 28. Maybe if we combine the glasses, and maybe we'll get like, oh, I know, I've got a camera right here. It's gone. I feel like it was a 28-point jam.
But after that effort, Brawlin Borders are now in the lead, 38 to a Vic and Mix on 20. Experiment headed to the penalty box for the Brawlers for a forearms.
Literally could be anyone's game. Already a couple of lead changes going on, and it's been, yeah.
I believe that is Slasher currently taking the power jam for Vic and Mix.
Slasher being recycled to the back by a Bad Wolf.
Experiment back on track from the penalty box. And looks like they're headed back for a forearms. Both teams putting up some strong defensive walls this jam, though.
Absolutely impressive. Impressive walls. And, yeah, ones that do not look easy at all. Maybe infuriating and terrifying. Would not want to be Slasher right now.
But time for a rest. That was the jam, time and out.
Yeah, it literally went for the whole 2 minutes. No call-offs there, lead being lost. And 0-0. It's almost like it didn't happen, except it was like really, really intense jam.
It did have an impact on the period clock, though. We are down to 8 minutes in this first half-ish. Once the jam starts.
Who have we got jamming now? This looks like Club Sandwich, jamming in the white for Vic and Mix.
And it is Speed Angel in the black for BCR.
You just don't want to say Brawlin Border. It's like I gotta say it slow.
It's hard. BCR is just so much easier.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a good thing that we couldn't end up convincing friends from our neighbouring leagues to join.
Purely for the name. Yeah.
Speed Angel is a lead jammer. I mean, like, it's selfish, but you try saying tongue twisters into the microphone while people are watching you on track and online, all the while silently judging.
Yeah, it's tricky. Hence why I'm just really carefully say Club Sandwich. I can't remember what I was calling it last time I was announcing one of Club Sandwich's games.
Speed Angel has called the jam, picking up, looks like 4 points in that one, if my maths is correct. Vic and Mix also putting some more points on the board, though. Brawlin Borders 42, lead Vic and Mix on 24.
Something really satisfying about seeing 24-42 on the scoreboard there.
It is nice to see.
And then you've even got the fours like from the previous jam as well. It's like 2, 4, 4.
It's like a palindrome, but not.
Yeah. Like a numeral palindrome happening. It's cool.
Well, we have an official timeout. Maybe a good time to talk about some of the people that are on track at the moment.
Should we?
For Vic and Mix, we have 106, The Mad Catter, 109, Club Sandwich, 131, The Mad Splatter, 155, Power Ranger, 162, Scrappy Doo, 182, Mayhem, 22, Bianca, 238, Chang Dave, 2627, Hells Yeah, 38, Roast Mortem, 442, Slasher, 460, Murderface, 469, Exy, 55, Bussy the Vampire Slayer, 6502 Nick, 666 The Beast, and 89 Turbo Spicy.
Nice one. Shall I go through BCR/Brawlin Border?
Sure.
Yeah. Can you confirm that these people... It doesn't matter, I'm going to go through them anyway. 128, Scottish. 137, Berserker. 221, Bad Wolf. 222, Happy Little Vegemite. 401, Cutthroat King. 54, Drop Blair. 613, Axel Roll. 626, Experiment. 63, Malcatraz, that's a cool name. 703, Peppermint Crunch. And 88, Speed Angel. I do believe we have Drop Blair jamming for the black team, which is Brawlin Border.
And that is Chang Tay for Vic and Mix, not lead, but also completing initial pass.
So zero apiece there. No change to the scoreboard. Vic and Mix still sitting on 20 points. And Brawlin Border, oh no, we did have late points there. 3 points for Brawlin Border, putting them on 47.
Fun fact from the chat, 182 Mayhem on Vic and Mix began their derby journey with BCR before moving down and joining Kingston.
There you go. That is fun facts. Keep them coming. I love fun facts. You would surely have some about BCR, right?
I guess another fun thing to talk about would be our officials
Definitely
for this
fun.
game.
They bring all the fun and all the safety.
We have Sparks, Hypodermic, Birdie, Friend and Violence, Ash Brookers, Slackerjack, Ray of Sunshine, Misdemeanor, and that sounds like we're back up with the Derby, so NSOs will get to you later. Alrighty, on track now. We have Cutthroat King, lead jammer for the Brawlin Borders. I think that might be Bussy for Vic and Mix.
That is Bussy on the track.
Four points picked up by Cutthroat King, and we've had a star pass.
Hopefully, it's looking good. We have Slashers, the pivot for Vic and Mix. I could see Bussy being trapped and, taking up the helmet cover and trying to flag down the pivot, and Slasher getting to it.
Kings is through for 4 more points. Slasher getting taken for a little bit of a recycle there by a Bad Wolf.
That did not look fun, and it's 12-point jam for the black team, for Brawlin Border, putting them on 59 points.
On the scoreboard? Yes, you just said that. I'm sorry, I blanked out for a minute. I'm so tired.
You've had a way bigger weekend than I have.
In the chat, we have a shout out to Scrappy representing WA. I'm guessing that's the mix in Vic and Mix.
Yeah, it counts for the mix if it's... Just need one, right? Just need one that's not from Victoria.
It's the No Homers Club. We're allowed to have one. So it looks like Cutthroat King has been sent to the penalty box for something or other they did in the previous stand. So we have a Vic and Mix Power Jam getting set up on the line there.
Tell us what a power jam is, for those who may not know, but they're watching Derby.
That is when one jammer has been forced to leave the track due to a penalty of some description, leaving the other team's jammer to jam unopposed. And currently enjoying that freedom is the Mad Catter. That
was an excellent explanation.
The Mad Catter picking up 4 points for Vic and Mix. And another 4. Meanwhile, Cutthroat King is back from the penalty box.
It's been impressive backwards.
And going back to the penalty box for a forearms. The Mad Catter through for another 4 points. I'm enjoying the cute little countdowns to forming a seam happening on the Vic and Mix bench.
I was trying to work out what was happening with the countdown. Yeah, that's cool.
It's another 4 points for Catter. Meanwhile, Cutthroat King is back on track and has completed an initial pass cleanly. So Catter calls the jam.
That's quite a big one. 20-point jam for Vic and Mix. But I guess that's what's going to happen when you have a couple of power jam situations in one jam. So it puts Vic and Mix on 40 points and Brawlin Border sitting on 59.
We're about 2 minutes left in this first half.
Ooh.
We have an official review being called by Scare Bear on the BCR bench. Whilst one would normally go down and run into the middle and see what's happening, we are up on a balcony this weekend, so...
Which is awesome. Quite loving the view.
If any officials feel like conveying what's going on down there to us through interpretive dance, we'll be willingly receiving.
Speaking of officials, maybe, I can see you marked off where you got up to doing call-outs.
The remaining officials for this game that we did not get to earlier, we have Cassowary, Bachelot, Kick, Mad Mag's Fury Roll, Darn Tootin', PMS, Resting Bitch Pace, Hypodermic, Sawyer Legs Off, and Candy Striper. Darn Tootin' is such a good ref name.
It really is.
They do be tootin' on those whistles.
Yeah, that's great. I really like Sawyer Legs Off. Love it. Our officials will be probs pretty exhausted by now.
It has been a bit of a long weekend for all involved.
But I've heard great things. Like, it's apparently been amazing. It's chill vibes, and yeah, everyone's just having a lot of fun. And speaking of fun, I believe that the next game over on track 1 is going to be the Chaos bout.
The Chaos Clash.
That's the one.
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
But there will be all kinds of fun twists on the rules, and there is even a spinning wheel involved.
Yeah, I'm trying not to call it the Wheel of Death, but it kind of looks like the Wheel of Death. Looks fun, but also pretty scary.
I hope there's some kind of glamorous game show host situation happening with that.
Yes.
Whoever is spinning that wheel best be wearing sequins.
Oh, let's hope so. All right, looks like we have Chang Tave in the white for Vic and Mix, the jam.
And that is Drop Blair in the black. And it is Drop Blair lead jammer.
I kind of feel like Drop Blair's had a lot of success as jammer this game. Pretty sure every jam lead.
There was that one penalty. But I'm also not 100% convinced that Drop Blair is human.
If not human, then what?
Some kind of roller derby space alien or something.
Yeah, maybe.
That is Hexperiment currently jamming in the black. Picking up lead jammer status.
And we have Club Sandwich jamming in the white for Vic and Mix.
And headed to the penalty box for a cut track. So this is a power jam for Hexperiment. An attempt at some team offense there by the Brawlin Borders. BCR bench deciding to ice that Vic and Mix jammer in the penalty box.
That could not be a good feeling, especially if we might be looking at half-time.
And indeed we are.
So that tells us that Club Sandwich will be starting the second half from the penalty box, like giving Brawlin Borders a power jam start.
Going into, well, at the end of the first half, our scores are Brawlin Borders leading 71 to Vic and Mix 40. And we'll be right back in about 9.5 minutes at this point. Alrighty, we are just about ready to go with the second half of this second last game of the weekend between Vic and Mix and Brawlin Borders.
So if you've just joined us or you've forgotten the score, Brawlin Borders are leading on 71 and Vic and Mix on 40. Brawlin Borders playing in black today and Vic and Mix in the white. Also, if you've forgotten, we've got Club Sandwich in the white team starting from the penalty box.
And that is Dropler in the black for the Brawlin Borders. Beautiful sweep there by the Borders blockers. Club Sandwich is out of the bin and made very quick work of that initial pass.
Oh, Dropler coming up against pretty tough looking wall, but geez, they're quick. Quick feet, Dropler.
Fast jams.
Very fast, quick. Yeah. Just hitting and quitting it. Picking up those 4 points, putting Brawlin Border on 75.
We have Cutthroat King lining up to jam for BCR. And I believe that is Bussy for Vic and Mix. Bussy headed to the penalty box for a forearms. So this is a power jam for the Borders. And Cutthroat King picking up lead jammer status.
Also very quick on the skates there and getting through the inside. White team trying to, of course, stop that.
4 points on the board for Cutthroat King.
Yes, Bussy doing amazing work there. Turning to track from the box and getting through for initial.
Cutthroat King calling the jam. On the scoreboard, Brawlin Borders 83, leading Vic and Mix on 40.
All right, this is like we've got Chang Tave lining up to jam for Vic and Mix. And who have we got there?
I think that is Speed Angel.
It is too. Speed Angel in the black for Brawlin Border.
Peppermint Crunch headed to the penalty box for, I think that was the forearms. Lead jammer is Chang Tave.
Yeah, Speed Angel come up against a pretty strong, very strong wall actually there. Vic and Mix would not want to come up against Halsier and Slasher and Power Rangers. Power, we got Nick. Very strong wall there.
Jam is called. Vic and Mix picking up 4 points there, taking them to 44. Brawlin Borders still leading on 83. Experiment having a bit of a dance-off on the jam line with, I believe that is Club's language.
It is. Love to see it. Love to see a dance-off on the jam line.
Experiment finding the wrong side of the Mad Catter. And Bad Wolf headed to the penalty box for a direction penalty. But our lead jammer is Club Sandwich for Vic and Mix. Experiment being sent to the penalty box for a cut track. Meanwhile, Club Sandwich putting 4 points on the board for Vic and Mix.
It's interesting how both teams are obviously playing a very different style game. We have a lot of hit and quit, a lot of quick jams for Brawlin Border. And then when we've got Vickmix have lead, they're going bit of a longer game. And Club Sandwich calling that off. Did we pick up more points? Yes. So we've got 10-point jam for Vickmix, putting them on 54. 0 points to Brawlin Borders, but they're sitting on 83. All right, looks like we've got Bussy, the Vampire Slayer, lining up to jam, I believe, Power Jam start for Vickmix.
Experiment remaining in the penalty box from the previous jam.
Black team making it obviously very tricky for Bussy, and unfortunately picking up a penalty there.
I believe that was a cut track.
I believe it was.
So this is a power jam for Experiment now. How those turns table. Experiment through for 4 points.
Just getting around Roast Morden there.
Experiment headed to the penalty box for a forearms. So this is now Bussy's power jam again. I can't keep up.
Yeah, it's been 3, I don't know. Also lost count, but Brawlin Borders not having any of it, not letting Bussy through.
One thing for certain is this will be a 2-minute jam.
That is true. No one has lead, and there's been a star pass. So Chang Tae, who was the pivot for Vickmix, is now the jammer.
If there was anyone you'd want taking your star pass, Chang Tae would be high on that list.
I reckon. A good pivot to have in your back pocket. Another shout out to the officials doing an amazing job keeping the derby safe and happening with all their rules and such. So it's been an exciting jam when both teams are getting almost the same amount of points up on the board for the jam. There's 6-point jam to Vickmix, putting them on 60, and 7-point jam for Brawlin Border, putting them on 90. Who is that getting low? Let me guess.
I believe that is Drop Blair.
That is a
dropping it low.
Dropping low. And I believe we have Slasher jamming for Vickmix.
There is bodies hitting the floor in this jam.
Yeah, and just Slashers bouncing around very, very quick on the feet.
Drop Blair getting run back by Hells Yeah. Drop Blair absolutely busting through that seam though. Axel Rolls headed to the penalty box there for, I'm assuming for the block on Slash. No. I've just forgotten everyone who was on track that last jam.
It gets like that. It's like, what jam is it? What day is it? What's happening?
Jamnesia, if you will.
Yes, Jamnesia. Like it.
It's interesting to know I can get Jamnesia even when I'm not skating. It looks like Cutthroat King jamming for BCR.
And Club Sandwich jamming again for Vickmix.
Things are getting a little bit wild in this jam. There's a lot of limbs flying, a lot of interesting shapes being made.
Interesting shapes is a good way to put it. Yeah.
Cutthroat King managing to find their way around Chang Tave to pick up lead jammer status. Cutthroat King picking up 4 points. It looks like we've had a star pass for Vic and Mix though. That is now Chang Tave holding the star while they fight with Scottish.
And again, what better person to have as your pivot?
Kingsley deciding to call the jam though.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Brawlin Borders 102, leading Vic and Mix on 60.
Nice work. They've hit over the 100.
We are about halfway through the half, 9.5 minutes-ish remaining on the clock.
And who have we got now? I believe we've got Hells Yeah for a jam and some fancy footwork there, getting lead.
And that is Speed Angel.
Yeah. Jamming for the black team. Vic and Mix putting up a bit of a fight there. Hells Yeah through. Oh, and unfortunately picking up a little penalty there.
Joining their teammate, the Mad Catter, in the penalty box. Speed Angel completing initial pass, but this will be a 2-minute jam now.
That's correct, 2-minute jam because our lead jammer has lost lead. So no one has the power to call that off.
4 points on the board for Speed Angel.
Speed Angel getting sent to the penalty box, and Hells Yeah, jammer for the white team, back on track. Making it around, I think it was Bad Wolf, trying to block Hells Yeah's path. Maybe. Yep, and again.
Bit of a full house in the penalty box at the moment.
And the penalty box NSO is doing an amazing job there. It all seems to be going quite seamless, even though it is busy.
If they're handling this, the chaos round after this game should be no problem.
You'd hope so. It's just, I think everyone's official training has just been leading up to this moment, right? Leading up to the chaos round, which for people who really like rules and all that kind of stuff, they're a bit nervous. But they'll make it work. It'll be fun. Wow, a 12-point jam for Vic and Mix, putting them on 72. Ooh, we have official review being called. Correct, official review.
That is indeed Scare Bear calling an official review for the Brawlers.
We will not know what's happening.
Once again, we are open to receiving what is happening through interpretive dance.
Anyone on the ground, give us interpretive dance, please. So yeah, 12-point jam for Vic and Mix, putting them on 72, and 4-point jam for Brawlin Border, putting them on 106. Again, big shout out to the officials doing all the things to keep Derby happening, running safe.
A lot of these officials also doing double duty as skaters in this tournament. Big weekends all round.
Oh yeah, gonna be a lot of tired bodies tonight that hopefully take good care of themselves. Remember to stretch.
I'm thinking maybe like a bubble bath and a McFlurry.
Yes. Whatever that care looks like.
Some amazing dance moves by the Brawlin Borders mirror on the outside of the track, Melcatraz. Actually, last night when I was commentating the other Brawlin Borders game, I was meant to point out that Melcatraz is very pretty, and I didn't do that. So let's acknowledge that today.
Okay, it's acknowledged. So Malcatraz is very pretty. You've acknowledged it today.
They may have told me to say it, but also I wouldn't say anything I didn't believe.
Getting the thumbs up there from Ash, so that tells me that that Brawlin Border has retained their official review.
Ursula says that Melcatraz is the prettiest princess. So looks like maybe what that official review was trying to get Speed Angel out of the bin? Removal of an in-sub. So I'm, I guess, cutting a minute penalty down to 30 seconds.
Yeah, that seems about right. All right, new jammer has entered the track. We have Nick jamming for Vic and Mix.
And that is Cutthroat King for BCR. Cutthroat King fighting off Chang Tave to pick up lead jammer status.
Yeah, Chang Tave trying to do excellent work at keeping Cutthroat King from getting through, or make it harder at least.
Looks like a no pass, no penalty, so no points scored on Chang Tave, but also no penalty for Cutthroat King.
I felt that from here. Exy taking a bit of a splat on the floor there.
That was a big spill.
Mm-hmm.
On the scoreboard, my brain just...
Scoreboard. Brain. What is brain?
It's like I can hear the windows
Yes.
turn on noise happening in there right now. Brawlin Borders, 115, leading Vic and Mix, 72. Drop Blair, making very short work of an initial pass there for the Brawlin Borders.
And Clubs, Slamwich. Ooh, coming up through the inside. Going down. Will they get back up? Yes. Club Slamwich through on the initial. Drop leg, quickly calling that one off.
That was a very nice little duck around bussy.
Yeah. Making very, very quick work of it.
Chang Tave lining up to jam for Vic and Mix, and I believe that is Hexperiment for the Brawlin Borders. We're down to the final 5 minutes of this game.
I was going to say it's gone really quick, but it's literally a 20-minute game. Like 20-minute halves, right?
I mean, there is that thing about they say about time flying and having fun.
True. What a spill.
Hexperiment going all the way into the crowd through the ref lane.
Not happy about that.
things getting a bit intense at the end of that last jam, so I think there's maybe a bit of figuring out having to be done there by the officials. It is in fact another BCR official review.
Oh, yep, they can do that because they won their last one, so they do have another one up their sleeves, and I dare say they'd be calling it on that quite big impact hit on the jammer.
I just love the way Scare Bear comes into the track for official reviews, though. You can just tell that they mean business. Due to the nature of what's going on, I feel like interpretive dance would be inappropriate.
Let's dance.
Another big shout out to all our officials working hard this weekend, though, and keeping everyone nice and safe. And a shout out to the skaters. Some of the skaters I know for a fact are up to game 6 of the weekend.
That is a really fair effort, massive effort. Same with some of the officials who had 5 or 6 for the weekend as well. And of course the tournament organisers and all the other volunteers, including commentators, I think we're doing a great job. It's hard to keep that going, and photographers, and yeah, everyone making East Coast Clash happen.
I feel like everyone else is doing a great job. I'm doing my best.
Well, we're all just doing our best, right? And of course the wonderful Beardcasts for bringing this to wherever you're watching from as well.
Beardcasts is just a machine, honestly. The work that they do, managing multiple tracks, and this is just 2. I've seen Beardcasts managing 4 at once across TGSS last year, and it was phenomenal.
That would have been quite awesome to see. I'm just always impressed with the extra bits of gear every time I see Beardcasts set up, and yeah, it's looking awesome today. Bigger screen TV, some more stream decks. It's all happening.
Some intense discussions happening in the zebra huddle. It's like a highlights reel playing. Something good's happening over there. Got Sirens Adelaide, BT. Super interesting. interested to see how Brett Kennedy's go against the Sirens now.
Mm-hmm. Much discussion.
Maybe some safety questions and stuff now, because I think that they've ordered the review outcome. I'm guessing they want it. Maybe. Depends what they were reviewing, I guess.
Yeah, that's the thing.
The guess was just from Bear saying loudly, "You're amazing" to Mars. I feel like I overcompensate whenever I'm like commentating against VCR. I'm always like trying to hype up the other team just so I'm not accidentally being biased.
Yeah, I hear that. It works well when like two people who like if you know each team balances out.
I know a couple on there, but not many. That was my pick. Alrighty, we are back. Drop Blair strong out of off the jammer line, but going to the bin for a forearm, so perhaps too strong off the jammer line. Peppermint Crunch, currently the sole representation on track for the Brawlin Borders.
Oh wow, yeah, busy box happening over there. The penalty box manager doing an amazing job.
But your lead jammer is Club Slamwich for Vic and Mix. It is 1 versus 5 out there currently.
Big hits going around, but if you can mix picking up 8 points, putting them on 84.
Drop Blair and Bussy sharing a hug on the jammer line.
Love to see it.
We have an official timeout. Looks like, again, some intense ref huddling. Penalty box also potentially enjoying a minute to sort their lives out.
Possibly. I don't envy the timers having to take all that paperwork. Too much paperwork. But again, running so smoothly. At least from the outside. I know what it's like to be PBM in a tournament. It's just like, just literally panicking on the inside. But everything going smoothly on the outside, that's what counts.
Maybe the secret is that, like, the chaos round will actually be incredibly calm, and the true chaos round is happening right now. Or maybe the true chaos round is the friends we made along the way. There is just under 3 minutes on that period clock. Still a significant pack advantage to Vic and Mix with 2 Brawlin Borders blockers remaining in the penalty box. And we are back. That is Dropler dropping it low again for Brawlin Borders, but your lead jammer is Bussy.
And Bussy calling it off. Very smart, very clever call by the bench there. No points. No points for everyone.
Double donuts.
Yes, double donuts.
Chang Tave and Cutthroat King high-fiving it out. Chang Tave headed to the penalty box for a forearm, so this is a power jam for Cutthroat King, who has just picked up lead jammer status. Cutthroat King is through for 4 points. Meanwhile, Axel Rolls headed to the penalty box for, I believe that was a counter.
White blockers trying to do a good job at holding back Cutthroat King.
Meanwhile, Chang Tave back on track, making short work of that initial pass. But Cutthroat King takes the points and calls the jam, shutting down Chang Tave's opportunity to score. Brawlin Borders 131, Vic and Mix 84.
Nice 12-point jam for Brawlin Border.
We are down to the final minute.
Just saw a cute fist bump between Halsier and Dropler. About to jam for this, last jam of the game.
It will be the last jam, with less than 30 seconds now remaining on the period clock.
But then again, it's Derby, so there's always that tiny bit of chance, tiny little chance it won't be the last jam. But
Dropler is currently lead jammer.
big blocking happening on Howells there.
The period clock has, in fact, it's expired, so this will be the last jam.
And it still smiles and high fives all around, and what a fun game.
Dropler calling the jam. The unofficial final score, 136, Brawlin Borders, Pick and Mix 84. And there is that rolling whistle, officialising that. Officialising?
Officialising, new one.
I like it, we'll keep it.
We'll keep that one. That's on the record now.
Owning my mistakes. That's a word now.
Yep.
Perfectly cromulent.
Officializing. Let's officialize that.
Officializing the use of officializing as a word.
Yeah, I think so.
On that note, I have been Purple Rain.
And I'm Scarticus.
Tune in on track 1 for the Chaos round very shortly.
It's going to be amazing. Well done, teams. Well done, everyone.